Hello, math students. I hope by the end of this video you can say I can determine if a relation is a function using an input-output mapping. So a function is defined as a special relationship where each input has a single output. What we have here are two examples of an input-output mapping. One of them is a function, one of them is not a function. We'll talk about which one is which now. So again, a function is a special relationship where each input has a single output. So we see right here, these are all our inputs. We have inputs of -3, -1, 0, 1, and 3. And they map to their outputs. The outputs are -2, -1, and 7. So in order for this to be a function, each input needs to have a single output. So let's just check one at a time. -3 maps to 7 and only 7. We see that 7 gets mapped to by multiple inputs, but for now we can see just this input of -3 only has one output. Again, -1 has an the input to -1 has an output of -1 as well. Okay, so far so good. Each input has only produced one output. 0 maps to -2 and only -2. So again, we're good so far. 1 maps to -1. All right, we're good to go. And 3 also maps to 7. So far, each input only has one output. So this right here is indeed a function. This is a function. So now let's go check out this example over here. So this input-output mapping has an input of 0, 1, and 4. And an output of -2, or an outputs of -2, 0, 1, and 2. So 0 maps to, the input is 0, maps to an output of 0. So far we're good. The input of 1 maps to an output of 1. So far we're a function. However, this 4 maps to both -2 and +2. So this is not a function. This is not a function because this single input of 4 maps to 2 different places. So this is not a function. So that is how you determine if a relation is a function using an input-output mapping. This one over here is a function because each input had a single output. This one is not a function because this input here had multiple outputs, so it was not a function. I hope by now you can say I can determine if a relation is a function using an input-output mapping.